One local election candidate in Galway City's West Ward has captured the public imagination with an ambitious plan to bring the Rugby World Cup 2023 to Salthill's Pearse Stadium.
This is far wider than Pearse Stadium. I think bringing the Rugby World Cup to Ireland would be very important for the country, but I also think that Galway could play a role, and Pearse Stadium here behind us could play a big role. Bringing the Rugby World Cup could be worth anything up to 500 million to the Irish economy, which is a huge boost in terms of the wider economy, but in Galway and Pearse Stadium here, it would be worth 20 million to Galway City. And we've seen examples of how much the Volvo can improve business, bring jobs during a summer period, and the general boost, and in terms of exposure on a global stage, that could bring for Galway. If elected, it will be one of my priorities to make sure that Galway stays at the centre of any sort of bid. In terms of October this year, Ireland will formally lodge its application, and I think it's important that Galway City Council ensures that Galway City and Pearse Stadium remain at the centre of the bid. Pearse Stadium has 30,000 in terms of capacity. It is a perfect location for Rugby World Cup, and Deloitte, who are assessing the bid for Ireland, have already looked at this as a location and have cited that it would be suitable. So I believe it's very important that Galway City ensures that we stay at centre, and I think Ireland as a country would benefit hugely from the Rugby World Cup coming to Ireland. So people would say this is an ambitious bid that's not realistic. That isn't the actual case. New Zealand, which had similar infrastructure in its country, have already said that Ireland could also host it. It isn't ambitious, it's quite realistic now. It's got the backing from the Irish government, and certainly it's a very realistic bid. It's due to come to the Northern Hemisphere, so it's very important that Ireland, Galway City, locations like Killarney, we've got the Aviva and Croke Park, we've got enough stadiums to hold the Rugby World Cup, and that's where we need to be ambitious as a country, but also as a city. And in terms of our own role here, the Salthill Knocknacar GA Club were the first club in the country to put down the motion during my own time as chairman that stadiums right across Ireland be opened. It was passed at Galway County Board, it then went to National Congress and was also passed. It was a very forward, future thinking that we as a club put down, and we felt it very important that we think of not only the Galway City economy, but how the GA can progress, how we can work with the IRFU, and I think that has been reflected how the GA has matured, and I think far more that both organisations can work jointly together so as we can benefit the wider economy. And I think our role, if it ever comes to pass, Salthill Knocknacar GA Club will be remembered for our role in bringing about this type of change.